let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year...
All right, guys, winters in Alberta can be absolutely stunning, as you've just seen. And I love to get outside. Even when it comes to running, minus 30, I don't have a problem with it. But I gotta tell you, sometimes that snowpack is a little bit awkward to run in. As you saw, it sometimes comes down pretty heavy, and running in that slippery, sloppy stuff where your feet just aren't stable and you gotta engage those stabilizer muscles. Sometimes for those long runs, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. So sometimes I do work out inside. So I thought this week on episode 16, I would take you indoors and go through a couple of track and treadmill workouts with you. I reached out to all of you guys on social media and asked you for some of your favorite treadmill workouts. And as you can see, I got some varied responses. It seems that indoor treadmill workouts are not exactly the most popular. All right, guys, welcome to my treadmill room / gear room. Do we see that? There it is. There it is. I will give you a peek after and we will run some treadmill B-roll. This week, though, I did actually 3 treadmill workouts, as well as the track workout that we just saw. The first one was a long run. I did 2.5 hours on the treadmill at about 6.5 to 7 mile an hour pace. The second one was just a 15% incline for an hour, and that was kind of just power hiking the entire time. And the last one was brought to you by my buddy Deneen. It was a 2-kilometer warm-up. I did 2 4-minute intervals, 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off at about a 7% incline. Then there was 3 2-minute intervals at about an 8% incline, and then bumped that down to 4 1-minute intervals. And man, that's getting tired and heavy. I bumped that down to 4 1-minute intervals, so 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and that was at about an 8 or a 9% incline, and that was running as hard as you could. So that was a real sort of 9.5 out of 10 kind of intensity, and then of course a 2 kilometer cool down to wrap it all up, and that brought me to about an hour worth of workout. But yeah, that one was a good one, and I certainly felt that. So let's cut to some treadmill B-roll, shall we?
Morning, guys. It is about 6 a.m. and today I get to go do a little podcast interview, so kind of excited about that. Chris Liddle has been a guy I've been connected with for a couple of years now on social media. Don't know him all that well, but he's been a big supporter of both the Ignore No More run and always quick to share my posts and information. So really looking forward to this one, and as often, I like to do things a little different. So when he reached out and asked if I would be prepared to do an interview with him, I said, yeah, absolutely, but why don't we make it interesting? So he said, well, what do you mean? So you'll see. We're going to make it a little interesting today and do something a little bit different, not your typical podcast recording. So stick around and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
I told you we were going to do something a little different for this podcast interview, and here we are. So we are here with Chris, Chris, you ready to tell me what we're doing?
For me?
You ready to tell me what we're doing?
We are recording episode 14 for the Lifestyle Chase.
What is the Lifestyle Chase?
It's a podcast that I have started to help people to be better people.
Nice.
Ready?
Sure. All right, we are going to go for a little run here with Chris, and we're going to have a little conversation for a podcast interview. So this is a first for the vlog. I've never done this kind of thing before. So, all right, man, all yours.
All right.
Alright guys, that is a wrap of the Lifestyle Chase podcast interview with... There he is, Chris. What's going on, Chris? So Chris has already done one cycle class this morning and did the run with me, and now he's off to do another class. Is that the deal?
About 6:30 p.m. I'll go for another one.
Right.
Not a typical day, but I just like to socialize.
Of course, yeah, because 2 workouts in a day isn't enough. We need to get in 3. But yeah, it's all about the social aspect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright guys, we'll chat with you soon. Alright guys, that is a wrap on this week's indoor workout for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and click that bell to be notified every time I upload. Alright guys, we'll see you next week.
It's like stalker level 100.
What time is it?
It's quarter to fuck off. You're mean.